Page 43, the Streamline Express. Last piece in the book. Congratulations if you've made it this far and you're still alive. Well done. They have another symbol they want to throw at you. It's that little caret thing, that little up arrow thingy. It's called a marcato. Marcato is a serious accent. Ugh. It's not the most serious accent you can have. You can get bigger than this, but this is bigger than just a regular accent. This is and what they're doing here in the second line on the first two measures, you see the little arrow above the F sharp C in the right hand. They're simply telling you play a little louder. That's trying to pretend to be a train whistle. It doesn't matter. It's a marcato. You play it. And again. Give it some wow. And that's the marcato. Now again, don't get carried away because there's bigger accents than this. But this is not just an accent, it is a serious accent. And generally when you'll play a marcato, you will separate the notes. You won't play them legato. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like there's an eighth rest between them. Generally. That's an interpretive thing. It's just something to know. Now for the left hand, you have the C and the E with 4 and 2. And if you look at the piece, you'll see that is the only thing the left hand does. I think it's like a train, and this is the chug, chug, chug of the train. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's important here. It's important all the time, but it's here. I'd like to talk about another natural accent in 4/4 time, and that is one that appears on the third beat. So it's every other beat is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not as strong as the first one. The first one is always the strongest, but there can be other natural accents besides the first beat of a measure, and in 4/4 time, the third beat gets one. So if you can do that, 1, 2, 3, it's like left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't force them, you feel them. 1, 2. And here, it's not staccato, but because they're repeated, you almost have to play. And it's the wrist. I'm just using the wrist. I'm using the weight of the hand to push the notes down. The fingers aren't doing anything, they're just holding still. So as I play it, to the end, you don't have to go that fast. I had a fast train. You don't have to be a fast train. You can take it slow. But just know those are the techniques involved in playing it, and the beat goes on like a train. You can't, no hitches or glitches or hesitations or nothing. So you work it out. Note-wise is pretty simple. In the right hand, you're just in C position for the first line, and then the second line, you got to come up here. You can lift up and move from here to here. It's okay. You don't have to connect those notes. And then coming back down for the third measure, the second line, you're coming back down to here. But again, you don't have to connect them. Remember, with a marcato, it's better to separate them slightly. So here, separate that from here. Just lift up and move down. Don't have a lot of time, but you can do it. So work it out. And when you're ready, come back and check your notes and rhythms with me. We'll do a play with me. I'll give us 4 counts. So the right hand starts out here. The left hand is here throughout. 1, 2, ready, go. 1. 2, 3, 4. Page 44 is a quiz. Schaum likes to give quizzes. If If you're in a class or something where you're going to take the quiz or whatever, then I suggest you stop the video because I'm about to give you all the answers. No cheating. But it's important you know and understand this. It really is. So let's go over this quiz. Number 1. This is a treble clef, and they show you a symbol. The symbol they're showing you is this one. Can you see that? And the answer is true. It is a treble clef. Yes, it's a treble or a G clef. Is it? Yeah. Number 2. This way, they have a little line going there, is down on the keyboard. This way. As you're sitting in front of a keyboard and you go to your right, is what they're saying, and they're saying that's down, and the answer is false. That's up. As you go to the right on a keyboard, you're going up. The pitch goes up, so that's up on the keyboard, not down. Number 3, this note is a G, and they're showing a half note on the next to the bottom line and a treble clef, and the answer is yes, it's a G. Number 4, this is a flat sign, but the symbol they're showing is this one, and so the answer is false. This is a sharp sign, not a flat sign. Number 5, 3/4. There's a 3 and a 4 under it. Yeah. This means 3 beats per measure, and the answer there is true. The top number tells you how far to count, which is how many beats in a measure. That's correct. Number 6. These notes are connected by a tie, and they're showing you some notes with a curved line similar to this, and the answer is true. It is a tie. When you have 2 notes, they're on the same pitch. This is not on any pitch. They're middle C's, and they've got that curved line. That's a tie. You tie them together. Number 7. This note is played with the left hand, and they're showing you a middle C and the treble clef. And the answer is, well, it could be played with either hand technically, but in this book it's played with the right hand, because the right hand's been playing all the stuff in the treble clef and the left hand plays all the stuff in the bass clef. So I think they're after a false on that one. So it's number 8. This note, it's a quarter note, gets 2 beats, and the answer to that is, I don't know, because the number of beats a quarter note or any note gets is dependent on the time signature, and they don't give a time signature. But in this book, all we've had are 3/4 and 4/4 time signatures, so I'm guessing they're after a true, because throughout the book, a quarter note has always gotten 1 beat. Number 9. This note is D. And the note they're showing is bass clef, and it's right above the top line. And the answer there is false. It's not a D, it's a B. Number 10, 2/4. This means 2 beats per measure, and the answer there is true. The top number tells you how many beats in a measure or how far you got to count. Okay. Number 11, this means to play 1 octave higher, and they're showing you that 8VA. They're showing you this, and the answer is maybe. If it's above the staff, it's an octave higher. If it's put below the staff, it's an octave lower. Although sometimes when it's put below the staff, they'll call it an 8VB or an 8V basso. Doesn't matter. It could be an 8VA too. The point is, it depends on where it's put. Here in this book, we've only gone up, so I'm assuming they want a true here. It's true. Number 12. These are 8th notes. It's showing 2 quarter notes that are beamed together. There's a bar connecting them. Those are 8th notes, yes. Number 13. This way is up the keyboard, and they've got a little hand that points off to the right. And the answer to that is true. It is up the keyboard this time. Number 14, this is a half rest. And the symbol they're showing is this one. And the answer to that is false. This is a quarter rest. This is a half rest. It's a box that sits above the line. Number 15, this note is a G. What they're doing is showing a note in bass clef, and it's next to the bottom space. a note on that space. And the answer to that is false. That is not a G, that is a C. And number 16, the last one. This is a sharp sign. The sign they're showing is this, and the answer is false. This is a flat sign. This is a sharp sign, so they're different. And that's the quiz. Congratulations if you've made it this far. You are ready to go on to the next book. Whatever it is, I don't remember what it is right offhand. I do know that I've already done the book, so there's a playlist on it. You can go through that if you want. If you're ready, take your time. There's no hurry. Yeah.